Introducing the new Volvo XC90. With 7-seat versatility for surprise team practice carpools. Dynamic storage for when quick stops at the antique market turn into a whole new living room set.
Easy.
Google built-in for when you choose the road more exciting. And innovative technology and advanced safety features for all your precious cargo. The new Volvo XC90, designed for life. Visit volvocars.com/US to learn more.
Paying rent can feel like throwing money away. And when you're spending so much, it can be hard to see yourself buying a home. So Rocket Mortgage is helping you put your monthly rent towards home ownership with Rent Rewards. For the first time, save up to $5,000 off the cost of your first home just by paying rent. Only at Rocket Mortgage. Call 800-4ROCKET or visit rocket.com to find out more.
Rocket Mortgage, LLC. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Number 3030.
If your small business is booming, you might say, cha-ching. But you should say,
like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And we'll help your growing business. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Batgate, the Bronx! Yes! Show's off to a good start. There was some controversy in New York City. And we're going to talk a little bit about it. And because there's a lot of people up in arms / super defensive, being super defensive. It is, I love when new things like this just happen and we get to get into it. So I cannot wait. But it has been named Batgate by the internet because you know how quick they are with that stuff. But it basically comes from this. One thing you need to know, guys, modern baseball, or at least modern hitting, what is it about? It's about hitting the ball hard. Everyone's trying to hit the ball hard, figure out how to hit the ball more hard, more consistently. And that's how we determine potential for success in the major leagues. And that's how we determine things that are going to give us more likely potential or success in the major leagues. So if your guys hit the ball hard, you have more to work with. It's like velocity, right? It's easier to teach a guy how to throw strikes than it is to teach a guy how to throw hard. Well, at least that used to be true. I actually don't know if that is true anymore. But for hitting, it's hard to increase bat speed in any truly meaningful way, but you can help them hit the ball more often. So if they already hit it hard, all you have to do is teach them how. You guys get it. You guys get it. So Yankees, with the help of their analytics team, seem to have found a new way to hit the ball hard and get their guys to hit it on the part of the bat that allows them to hit it hard more often. They move the barrel. They move the barrel of a bat, meaning the barrel is the thickest part of the bat. For anyone who is wondering, once you hit it on the thickest part of the bat, the chances that that ball goes is hit the hardest and goes the farthest is the highest. Well, that was quite the little tongue twister right there. This is a torpedo bat, and this is what I mean by moving the barrel. As you can see, it looks a little bit like a long bowling pin, okay? A lot of people are like, what, are you swinging a bowling pin up there? But in reality, the thickest part of the bat has just moved more closer to the label. This is the label right here, closer to the label as opposed to being towards the end. Usually the end is the thickest part of the bat for a couple reasons. One, not the very end, but closer to the end is. One, bat speed, right? And force. When the weight is the farther away from your hands, you can the force behind that heavier part is usually increased as you get it going. So momentum builds up a little farther. The idea is to get your bat swinging harder, so when you do hit that part of the bat, it goes farther. That is not actually untrue. That is a true statement. However, they're finding that the benefits of getting that momentum going in the bat do not outweigh the hitting it on the barrel at all. And guys like, this is Jazz Chisholm, another guy's Anthony Volpe, and another guy is Austin Wells, all using this bat because they have a tendency to hit the ball closer to themselves a lot. They're being jammed. Guys are throwing it in on them, and they're hitting really soft pop-ups, or they're hitting ground balls. That's the biggest reason, frankly. like the difference between forcing someone to hit it off the end all the time or hit it closer to your hands. When you're closer to your hands, it's on the ground a lot more than it is when it's on the end. And you don't want to hit the ball on the ground all the time. Like that is not what you want. But even if you hit it hard, that's the one thing that really negates hitting the ball hard is hitting it on the ground. So we're trying to get the ball in the line drive or higher. Obviously home runs, it's Yankee Stadium. It's built for home runs. All this kind of makes sense. So they moved this barrel. Now, a lot of people are not happy. They're like, the Yankees, they're cheating. They're rolling something out that they're not supposed to roll out. They're not supposed to be able to do this. It's against the rules. But is it? This is the rule. This is in the rule book. And I cannot remember what the number of the rule was. It was in there, and somehow it's not. The bat shall be smooth. Check. Round, smooth, round stick. Check. This sounds like it was written in 1907, which is probably true. Not more than 2.61 inches in diameter at the thickest part and not more than 42 inches of length. Now, 42-inch length bat is insanity. Nobody's got one of those. Even Paul Goldschmidt only swings like a 36-inch. So, like, get that out of your mind. Those things don't exist. This Babe Ruth be gone. We're not swinging tree branches. So that's kind of out of date. But you can put the gosh darn 2.61 inch part anywhere. And technically, you could have it be the entire length of the bat. You could just have this, the whole thing could be barreled. Now, the problem with that is you can't swing it. You can't swing it. And if you're trying to make the barrel that thick all the way up and down, it's going to be heavy. And you have to balance your ability to move the bat with the way, like with where you're hitting it. Okay, so technically, this bowling pin torpedo bat satisfies this rule. Now, this is kind of the only rule. Do I think this rule is being looked at? 100% I think that. But this also isn't some proprietary information that only the Yankees have. Ryan Jeffers busted his own torpedo bat out a day or two after. So it's not like people didn't have them. They just weren't, I don't think, certain that they were going to be valuable.
Introducing the new Volvo XC90 with 7-seat versatility, Google built-in, and advanced safety features for all your precious cargo. The new Volvo XC90, designed for life. Visit volvocars.com/US to learn more.
Buying a home used to feel like a complete headache. Listings here, pre-approval there, financing somewhere else. Now, Rocket is giving every home one address. Rocket.com. A single seamless homeownership platform to help you find, buy, sell, finance, and refinance your home. Everything you need, all under one roof. Visit Rocket.com. The new home for all things homeownership. Rocket. Own the dream.
If your small business has a problem, you could say,
Ugh, just my luck.
but you should say,
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
and we'll help get you back in business. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
But there is one guy that I think it has helped, and I noticed immediately, and that's Anthony Volpe. So I had to prepare to face him his rookie year. One very, very obvious thing to me was not that he has a big swing, but he is easily jammed because he is unable to get his hands turned over just naturally. His natural swing is to right center. So when he pulls, he has to get it way out in front. It's kind of like Joey Votto. Joey Votto struggled to pull the ball around like the foul pole because his hands didn't break early enough to do it, like turn over where your barrel starts to aim that way. Volpe's the same way. He keeps his hands through and later. And that's just his natural way. People naturally swing the way they swing, what that does is that opens them up to people getting in on him. Now, I noticed this the first day off Freddie Peralta. Okay, so first, before we get it, I show you this. This is Anthony Volpe from 2024, and this is his average exit velo based on his contact made at these spots. If you notice, this entire inner third of the plate is green. Green is slower than yellow. Obviously, there's not going to be a ton of red there. The only person with a lot of red is like Ohtani and Judge, right? They hit the ball 100. It's like 110s max. Like most guys don't get near 110. So don't expect him to be a red guy, but expect a lot of yellow, and the yellow's away because, like I mentioned, he takes that pitch, this pitch right here, and goes up to center or right center. The problem is when he get closer to him, it got softer because he was hitting it on the label. Now I know this is a small sample size, but this is now his exit velo this year. A little bit more close to him, a little bit harder. Even this is green, and this is green. Like, yes, this is still going to be a pitch he can handle well because it's a pitch he already handled well, but now he's getting this one. And this is a homer he hit the other day, which we will about to see. But also, look at where he does the most damage. This is the slug this year. This is the pitches he's hit the hardest, or at least have produced the most bases, which in turn will produce the most runs. Bang! That is where his softest exit velos were last year, and now he's hit the ball hard a bunch of times right there. Both of his homers are up here, actually. I think both of his hits. He's got 2 hits. He's got 2 home runs. So I know it's small sample size. We don't like that usually, but this is an indicator. Now, this is the homer. See what I mean with the swing? Right center. Now he can handle that pitch that's up and in the top right corner of the zone and take it to where he hits it the hardest, because that the label is now his barrel, or at least closer. I love that. I think it's amazing. It's really interesting. But is it illegal? No, it's not. It's not. I am interested to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Lots of people have their conversations both ways, but the interesting thing about all this to me is, oops, that's not what I want. The interesting thing about this whole thing for me is the way that this is so obviously like a benefit and that no one's done it yet. And I think everyone just assumed it was against the rules because obviously it feels like it is. Like, that's got to be against the rules. And technically it's not. So now where can we move the barrel? Now what else can we do if we can move the barrel? What can we do with gloves to make you field it better? Like, how can we update equipment to fulfill some of these things we're searching for? That is going to be now an ongoing conversation. They open Pandora's box, especially for hitters. And I'm going to be another interesting thing to pay attention to, that if you move the barrel closer, does that make those pitches away less valuable now? Does that end of that bat become the label? Is there an opportunity to get you now down and away out in the zone a lot more than you were able to do because you were able to reach that pitch? I don't know. We're going to find out soon. And it is really, really interesting to me.
Introducing the new Volvo XC90 with 7-seat versatility for surprise team practice carpools. Dynamic storage for when quick stops at the antique market turn into a whole new living room set.
Easy.
Google built-in for when you choose the road more exciting. And innovative technology and advanced safety features for all your precious cargo. The new Volvo XC90, designed for life. Visit volvocars.com/US to learn more.
Buying a home used to feel like a complete headache. Listings here, pre-approval there, financing somewhere else. Now, Rocket is giving every home one address. Rocket.com. A single seamless homeownership platform to help you find, buy, sell, finance, and refinance your home. Everything you need, all under one roof. Visit Rocket.com, the new home for all things homeownership. Rocket. Own the dream.
If your small business is booming, you might say,
Cha-ching!
but you should say,
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
and we'll help your growing business. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.